Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I shared my US makeup haul with you. If you haven't seen it, I will link it up above. And one of the things that I purchased from Sephora, which I was so excited about, was the MAC Beauty Eye-Conic Fantascene palette. Now this, oh my goodness, is so beautiful. And I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. So what I thought I would do is I'd jump on camera, create an eye look for you guys so you can see the results and the color payoff for yourself. So if you'd like to see the look that I create, keep watching. Now before we get started, let's just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful palette. Oh my God, those pink and salmon shades are divine. So the shades in this palette from this way are Flesh, Covets, Fantasy, She Said, Meet Ya, For More, and On the Dance Floor. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Let's do just a quick little swatch of a couple of shades before we get started. So I'm going to swatch the shade She Said, which is this one here. So that's a really light swatch on my finger. And let's take this on the back of my hand. Oh my God. Okay, let's swatch another shade. I want to go for this bronzy shade, Meet Ya. So that's this one here. Again, such a light swatch, but so pigmented. Okay, and let's go again. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. Okay, so it's fair to say that we're gonna have a really fun session this afternoon. So let's get started with the makeup look. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just prepped my eyes with a bit of the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer just to knock out any darkness and redness. But the first shadow I think I'm gonna go in with is Flesh. And I'm going to take that just on a fluffy brush through the crease and as a transition shade. That applies really nicely. There is a little bit of kickback in the palette, but not a great deal. So pretty. It's very light. You probably can't see it so much, but it's just going to create a really nice transition for the other shades. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Fantasy, which is this salmony pink color here. And I'm going to take that through the crease. Now, I do have hooded eyes, so I like to take it a bit higher above just so it doesn't get lost in the hooded crease of my eyes. That's really nice. It blends out so nicely on top of Flesh. As you can see, I'm just going backwards and forwards in like window wiper motions just to blend it out. But if there are any harsh lines, I just go in with a clean fluffy brush and just lightly fuse out the edges. To intensify the outer corners, I'm going to go in with the shade For More just to add some definition. You definitely get a lot of color on your brush. Wow, okay. Always tap off the excess or otherwise you can be prone to fall out. So I'm just gonna take that over here. Yeah, I've got a bit of fallout already actually, even though I did tap it off. That's a really pretty shade. It's like blending out so nicely. Sometimes sometimes I find it easier just to place the brush and then wiggle it around a bit first than before moving it further. That way it just concentrates the product on that area, and it does often reduce fallout as well. Ooh, that is so pretty. You watch, next week I'll be back at Sephora buying every single Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette. So the next shade I'm going to use is On the Dance Floor, and I'm going to pack that all onto this center of the mobile lid and to the inner corner, and then after that I'll pop She Said on top to add a bit more shine and dimension. I'm really excited for this shade, so I'm hoping it looks as amazing on as it does in this palette. Oh wow. That is so pretty. So here I'm just packing it on and then softly blending it up. Go back in with the brown and just lightly fuse that. Oof, so pretty. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. I'm loving these colors, so nice. Now to add some more dimension and shine to the center of the lid, I'm gonna go in with She Said, which was the color I swatched earlier. This goes on so nicely and smoothly, even with a brush. I thought I may have to use my fingertip, but this is perfect. So again, just picking it up on a flat definer brush. I'm using one from Zoeva. And then just packing it on and lightly fusing the edges. So I'm going to jump off camera and I'm going to put on some lashes, and then we'll come back and do the under eyes. So here's the look so far with lashes. These are the Ardell Faux Mink lashes in the style 811. They are so pretty. They're kind of not too natural, but not too dramatic. It's like a really wearable lash, which I love. So now let's go ahead and do under the eyes. And I'm going to start with the shade 4 More, the dark brown, on the outer corner using a pencil brush. Again, just picking it up and knocking off the excess and just working it into that outer corner. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect because we want to smoke this out. So you can see how that really just defines the eye and gives it a bit more shape and definition. But now I'm going to go in with a clean brush and smoke that out, just to soften it so it doesn't look too harsh. So now I'm going to follow that in and go in with the shade On the Dance Floor, the salmony pink shade, which we used for the mobile lid, and kind of take that just a bit further out and over the dark brown. So here is the finished eye look using the Marc Jacobs Fantascene Eye-Conic Palette. I am super impressed with these shadows. The pigment is amazing. There was a little bit of kickback, but just be sure to tap off any excess on your brush. They blended so beautifully. I do love how when they create these palettes that all the shades complement each other. Like they all work so beautifully together, or you can wear them solo. They're all so pretty. So yeah, I will definitely be buying more from Marc Jacobs Beauty, especially more of the eyeshadow palettes. They are just stunning. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join me on my beautiful adventure.